Long distance real estate agents are a popular option for people looking to purchase a home on the other side of the country. It is important to research the agent thoroughly before you choose one, not just in terms of their experience and credentials, but also their cost. Here, we will explore what makes long distance agents so appealing and what potential cons they have. Luckily for you, real estate heaven, if you're considering working with a long distance real estate agent, then this video is for you. In today's post, we will provide some information on discussing the pros and cons of using a long distance real estate agent. We will talk first about the 5 pros of using a long distance real estate agent. Number 1. Freedom to locate more reasonably priced real estate. Major states including Massachusetts, California, Pennsylvania, Texas, and New York have skyrocketed in real estate costs. It makes sense to explore for far distance real estate investing opportunities in southern and Midwestern states since the majority of investors in such states cannot afford to acquire property where they live. In addition to being less expensive, these places probably have lower property taxes and insurance costs. Number 2. A vacation home ownership. When you invest long distances in real estate, you can utilize the condo, multi-family home, or single-family home as a vacation property when you travel to the state. Your dependents may also reside in the home if they attend college in the same state. You will significantly reduce your lodging expenses by doing this. When not in use, you may also let this holiday property out as a short-term rental on Airbnb. Additionally, you may be able to deduct up to 50% of your travel expenses from your income taxes whenever you visit the state in order to inspect an investment property. Be sure to seek professional advice. Number 3. Owning a retirement home. Some real estate investors purchase rental real estate outside of their home state with the goal of eventually relocating there. For instance, you might be thinking of moving closer to your parents as they age. Therefore, you can think about buying a house and renting it out on a long or short-term lease. Up until you're ready to retire, the rent you earn will go toward paying off your principal. Number 4. Diversification of the economy locally. Various towns provide various economic chances. While some regions might have more occupations related to coal mining, others might have jobs related to healthcare, technology, or automobile manufacture. In some regions, all it takes is a hole to produce oil. The effect of economic ups and downs in one industry on the local real estate can be lessened by diversifying the area. Number 5. Afford to live in better areas. In San Jose, California, an antique house in a neighborhood with excellent schools, a low crime rate, and desirable amenities may set you back a staggering $2.5 million. In contrast, you might be able to find a home and location in the middle of the country for a few $100,000. This draws dependable tenants who desire the best schools for their children. On the other hand, you may acquire a less desirable San Jose neighborhood for a few $100,000. Location rarely, if ever, changes. Use the heat map of crime data from the Trulia and other local law enforcement sources. People frequently mistakenly believe that working with a big city real estate agent who commutes several hours away will offer them a competitive edge in Hopkins County. A Metroplex-based realtor might be seen by sellers as a guarantee of a longer buyer's list. Buyers may also believe that an out-of-town agent is more skilled at contract negotiations. However, there are a number of ways a long-distance agent may potentially harm their clients. Here are the 5 cons of using a long-distance real estate agent. Number 1. Availability to show properties is limited. You might choose to work with a far-off agency, but be aware that an agent 2 hours away will be unable to show your home to any of their current purchasers, much less potential new ones. Even the best of us find it difficult to navigate 2 hours of traffic when there are several buyer showings going on. Consequently, the seller can miss out on a lot of showings if the out-of-town agent is unavailable. You also want an agile agent who can schedule a quick showing given how quickly marketable properties fly off the shelves. Number 2. Absence of domain knowledge. Selling homes in Metroplex subdivisions will be very different from attempting to sell rural properties in Hopkins County. A home on an acre of land will have a much higher property value than one on a packed urban tenth of an acre. A local realtor keeps an eye on the market and is more familiar with the values in rural areas. Raw terrain is also present. A subdivision lot in a large city will already have electricity, water, and sewage. On the other hand, a plot of property next to a county road might not always have access to water. Additionally, not everyone in the country is in favor of drilling a well. Here is what you need to know before buying a raw land in Hopkins County for more important details on buying land. You want someone who knows that having utilities close by will boost the value of your land as a seller. In order to ensure that the home meets your needs, you should look for a buyer who is familiar enough with the neighborhood. A competent local real estate agent who is better knowledgeable with the area can help their sellers and buyers in-depthly, such as potential future industrial locations like solar farms, lakes, new businesses, and etc. Additionally, local agents have cultivated contacts with the nearby utility companies through time. Number 3. A lack of resources both before and throughout the contract phase. A local person will be familiar with which electric company or co-op runs in the district where the land is located and can use this information with the raw land value. This enables the local agent to get in touch and determine whether it has access to electricity or water. Again, having access to either one or both will boost value. Finances are essential as well. Buyers are directed by a local representative to the institutions in the area that could provide the necessary financing. Whether it is a conventional loan, FHA, VA, USDA, or another type of loan for property more than 100 acres. This benefits of powerful buyers extend to the seller as well. Once a contract is in place, certain inspections of repairs can be required. The inspectors, electricians, plumbers, painters, contractors for repairs or renovation, cleaners, or movers in your area won't be familiar to a long-distance agency. Then there are issues that could occur over the course of the contract, in which case having a local agent on hand to iron out the kinks is advantageous. Significantly, while buying and selling might be challenging, it becomes even more so when you lack local relationships or resources. Number 4. Overdependence on others. Having little control over the regular operations at your rental property is another drawback of long-distance real estate investing. You can't just decide to pop by at any time to see how the property is doing. Additionally, you are unable to find renters, collect rent, or even take care of issues when they arise. The investment property will therefore need to be managed by a reputable property management firm on your behalf. Once more, your realtor should be able to assist you in locating a qualified professional property management in the region. Make sure to look at their web reviews to see what clients and investors in real estate are saying about them. Number 5. Obstacles to receiving rent in a timely manner. Many landlords who rent their properties from a distance struggle with late rent payments. Having a reliable mechanism for collecting rent can solve this issue. You may, for instance, request that tenants pay their rent into your account at a nearby bank directly. As an alternative, they might pay through internet services like PayPal. As the month comes to a finish, you may send them an email or text reminder to encourage timely payment. Rather than that, we will also give you some tips for long-distance real estate agents. The moving season is up to us, which means that many homeowners may be looking at relocating. Whether you are planning a move across town or across the country, you may need to work with a real estate agent in an area that you might not be too familiar with. Certainly, it is important to find an agent that you can trust and who you know will be working with your best interest in mind. How can you establish a fruitful working connection with your real estate agent from a distance if you haven't yet relocated? There are a few things to keep in mind that will help it work for both parties, just like any other long distance relationship. First and foremost, do your research. Make sure you first conduct research. You don't have to proceed with a move blindly just because you're moving to a new place. The internet is definitely one of your friends in this situation. For information on the area, look through websites like the Regional Chambers of Commerce or neighborhood message boards. Online resources for local crime statistics and school district data are also available. Not to mention the powerful social networks that never cease to exist. Of course, you can look for potential real estate agents online as well, on social media or local real estate websites. There are probably client testimonials that you can find very useful. You can also find local newspapers helpful in your search. A significant presence in the neighborhood newspaper suggests that the agent is well versed in the region. Count on the people you know. Ask a real estate agent in your present neighborhood, with whom you have a positive rapport, to recommend you to a colleague in your desired relocation area. Sometimes agents will recommend their customers to other agents who are similar to them, either in personality or in working practices, because they may already have developed working ties with these other agents. So if you're happy with your existing real estate agent, ask for their assistance in locating another person they believe you would get along with. It is acceptable to ask your relatives and friends if they have any contacts in the area when you are moving a considerable distance. Even though not every suggestion will be a good fit for you, you might find the right match or even make a few new friends as a result. Start asking questions. It's time to schedule some interviews after you've done some research and gotten some recommendations. A wonderful approach to determine whether your personalities will mesh well is to speak with possible agents over the phone, via email, or in person. Do not be reluctant to inquire, for example, do you specialize in relocations? How will you find houses that will satisfy my needs and wants? You want to have a complete faith in the individual who is representing you when you are unfamiliar with a place. Make sure you are at ease with how they operate. It's crucial to explain your demands and wants while interviewing possible long-distance agents, in addition to asking them questions. Are you currently debating whether renting or owning is better for you? Have you already been giving a mortgage pre-approval? Inform them of that knowledge and make sure they pay attention to what you're asking of them. When you work with an agent you enjoy working with, you have a greater chance of getting what you want. Keep the channels of communication open. All of these stages should assist you in developing a comfortable relationship with your long-distance real estate agent. But once you tell them you're hired, the contact must continue, no matter how far apart you are. Let your agent know what your priorities are and be aware of what they're doing for you, whether you choose to check in through phone call, email, or text message. Make a few journeys to your chosen location during your home search, if at all possible. Not only will you know the region better, but you'll probably feel more at ease working with your real estate agent. Rely on your judgment. Working with a long-distance real estate agent ultimately boils down to a matter of trust. Start building a solid working connection with a dependable Prudential Preferred Realty representative right away. Things to look for in a long-distance real estate agent. Even though the idea of house looking and purchasing a home remotely may seem unfeasible, it is typical in vacation home markets, and it is now necessary for many home purchasers because of the recent travel bans and orders to stay at home. Doing it alone is not the solution. You must have a knowledgeable real estate agent while buying a house in a strange area. On a website, you can find a great location for a great price, but you might not be able to see that the house needs a lot of maintenance or that is near a busy road. Without a knowledgeable, dependable real estate agent to act as your eyes and ears on the ground, you risk making a costly error. Here are some criteria to consider when picking a real estate agent from a far-off home search. Experience. This is not the time to sign with a new agency just because they are a friend or relative. You need a seasoned agent, particularly one with knowledge in dealing with purchasers who are far away. You need a special form of customer care for this kind of transaction, and without it, you might feel disengaged. Market expertise. Additionally, your realtor should be knowledgeable about the local housing market and have a focus on the location you are interested in. When looking for a property in a market other than your own, statistics like median sale prices, average days on the market, and average cost per square foot of comparable properties are crucial to have. Technical savvy. It is definitely possible to buy a house remotely with the technology we have today. But you must engage with a real estate agent who is skilled in using the tools of the trade. A long-distance real estate agent should be familiar with the technology needed for each step of the transaction, from emailing and texting images to FaceTime video tours and e-signing. Accessibility. Maintaining a constant line of communication with your real estate agent is essential when you can't physically be in the area when you're buying. Your real estate agent should be simple to reach and willing to communicate with you by the manner you want, whether that is email, text, phone, or video. And lastly, request referrals. Real estate brokers frequently collaborate with brokers in various regions of the nation. Ask your trusted local real estate agent for a referral to a person in your desired destination place if you have one. Ideally, a person with characteristics or work habits that are similar. We hope that this video helped you in some way if you're deciding to have a long-distance real estate agent. We are always here to help. And that's it for this video, Real Estate Heaven fan. Remember to subscribe to our channel, and if you feel like we've delivered value, please share this video with one person. That's right, just one person as a token of your appreciation for the hard work we put into making content that educates and helps you on your mission of building your own fortune. Remember, you can watch video after video, but it isn't until you actually take action that you'll start to see results. See you soon!